One type of rhetorical synthesis prompt always refers to a research study. So it wants something about the research study. The student wants blank about the research study. So research study basically has 4 points in every set of bullet points. It's going to indicate what the study is. It's going to indicate the aim or the goal of the study. Why are the researchers studying this? What do they hope to get out of it? It's going to show some methodology or method of the research study. Was it statistical analysis or use of a computer? What exactly was the method of study? And then you're going to get findings, some conclusion or results or findings of the study. So each of the prompts will have one of those goals defined. In this case, the student wants to emphasize the aim or the purpose of the study. So that's how we would go about answering this question. We want to identify among the bullet points what is the purpose of the study out of those 4 points. So let's read. In North America, woodlands have expanded into areas that were once grasslands. That's just some background information. Thomas Rogers and Leland Russell of Wichita State University investigated whether woodland expansion is related to changes in climates. That's the aim. They wanted to know whether woodland expansion is related to changes in climate. That's the purpose. That's going to answer our question. So I'm looking for that among the answer choice. Just real quick, I'll read the other bullet points. Rogers and Russell analyzed core samples from oak trees on a site that was not wooded in the past and indexed the age of the trees with historical climate data to see if tree populations and climate were correlated. That's the method. Tree population growth was associated with dry intervals. That's one of the findings. Droughts may have played a role in the woodland expansion. That's another aspect of the findings. Again, we want the aim or the purpose, so it's that second bullet point. And let's look and see which answer matches that. Thomas Rogers, Leland Russell, researchers at Wichita State wanted to know if woodland expansion is related to changes in climate. That is our goal. That's the aim of the study. A is going to be the correct answer for this one. Notice wrong answer choices will show the following. Thanks to work done by Rogers and Russell, we now know that droughts may have played a role. That's a conclusion. That's going to be a wrong answer. Wichita State University determined that tree population was associated with dry intervals. That's a conclusion or a finding. Rogers and Russell analyzed core samples from oak trees. That is a method. That's something they did as part of their study. Okay, wrong answer choices will be the other aspects of the study. If you want the purpose, the wrong answers will be the methods. They'll be the findings. They'll be something other than your stated goal for the question. So make sure you identify the goal. Let's see a quick example of a methodology condition in this prompt. So the student wants to present the study and its methodology. So actually that's 2-part. It wants to present the study, that might be the background information or what the study is, and its methodology. So let's take a look at that up in the prompts. Ducklings expand up to 62.8% less when swimming in a line behind their mother than swimming alone. The physics behind this energy savings hasn't always been well understood. Naval architect Zim Young used computer simulations to study the effect of the mother duck's wake. This is the method. He used computer simulations to study the effect of the wake. Okay. The study revealed that ducklings are pushed in a forward direction that's a conclusion or finding. You undetermined this push reduces the effect of wave drag. That's a conclusion. So I don't want that information. Let's check the answer choices. A study revealed that ducklings, which expand up to 62.8% less energy than swimming, no, that's conclusions. A is not going to be the right answer. Those are findings of the study. Seeking to understand how ducklings swimming in a line behind their mothers save energy, Zim used computer simulations to study the effect. This is presenting the study, and this is presenting the methodology. B will be the correct answer. Yuan studied the physics behind the fact that by being pushed into a forward direction by waves, ducklings save energy. That's a finding. D, naval architect discovered that ducklings are pushed into forward motion by the waves of the mothers. That is a finding again. So again, wrong answer choices will include the other aspects of the study, not the conditions you need for that problem. Last but not least, let's see a prompt that requires you to find, or summarize in this case, the study's findings. So our earlier prompts summarized the aim or purpose of the study, the method of the study. This one, the goal you need to accomplish is to summarize the study's findings. So let's take a quick look at the various bullet points. Neuroscientists Padmanabhan and Chen sought to better understand the workings of the brain's olfactory system. That's the study itself. They devised a study using mathematical models. That's the method. They found that certain fibers allow the brain to toggle from one method of processing smells to another. There we go. There are the findings. The brain can toggle from one method of smelling to another. In one method, cells of the cortex where the odor forms capture olfactory information at a given moment. In the other method, the cells track changes in olfactory information over time. So what's the summary of the findings? Well, the brain toggles from one method to another. And in one method, they capture the olfactory information at a given moment. In the other method, they track that information over time. So again, this is kind of like our earlier prompt type where we have a generalization or a main idea. That's in that prompt at the end above the two examples. In this case, there are two examples of findings, and we summarize it just above that. So look out for that structure. I want to find that in the answers choice. To arrive at these findings, which describe dual methods of processing smells in the piriform cortex, Padmanabhan and Chen devised a study using, that's a method. That's not right. Padmanabhan and Chen showed that olfactory information is captured by cells in the piriform cortex where the perception of odor forms. This is one of the conclusions or the findings, not both. So when you get this structure and you have two conclusions, you can't merely just have one without the other and have the right answer. C, using mathematical models. Again, that's methodology, so that's not going to be the right answer. D, according to Padmanabhan and Chen, the brain can toggle between capturing olfactory information. That's the summary or generalization of their findings. At a given moment, that was the first bullet point of the findings, and tracking changes in that information over time. That was the second example of their findings. That was example 1 and example 2, and it begins with the generalization of what those findings were. This is the correct answer for this study-related question. And now you've seen 3 different related prompts. They all depend on the outline of a study, which has a background and a description, a goal or an aim, a method, and a series of findings, maybe more than one.